Hey, John here. Here's lick of the day number 28. This is a C minor sweep and tap run. You can find the tabs in the description below and also by clicking here on the screen. And as usual, I'm going to play it once slowly and then break the whole thing down. So we're going to start here on the 10th fret of the A string. Alright, so basically what we got here is a G minor pentatonic scale superimposed over this C minor tonality. So superimposition just means that you take another scale, arpeggio, whatever, and play it over another key. And the reason for that is that you can keep two familiar shapes, but you can get new sounds. So in this case, when you take the G minor scale, or G minor pentatonic, basically have the same notes. So G is the fifth in relation to C, B flat is the flat 7, C is the root, D is the ninth. So this is a note that's not part of the normal C minor pentatonic. So that gives us a very nice sound. And then we have F, which is the 11th or the 4th, and then we're back to the root again. So the note again that sticks out is the D note here. So we start here by playing this G minor 7 sweep. It's going to go like this. 10, 13 on the A string. And then we have 12 on the D, 10 on G, 11 on B, and then we have 10 and 13 on the E string. And the way that I pick this is down, hammer, down, 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 hammer, hammer. So we hammer on 15 here, and then we add this note here, which is again part of the G minor pentatonic. So we're gonna play a pentatonic pattern here with 4 notes per string. So we tap the highest note, and then we have this sort of stretch shape in the left hand. And we have to do this with string skipping, so we don't double any notes. We don't have to do it, but that's what I'm doing in this case. And this ends up being just a descending G minor pentatonic scale. So, and then we go to the G string, the 17th fret, and we have 15, 12, and 10. Then finally on the A string again, we have 17, 15, 13, 10. So from the beginning, then I slide back here to 8, and then I go back again like that, like a roll, and then hammer on from nowhere on 11 on the E string, and then end on the C here. And it sounds kind of jarring now because we're so used to hearing the G minor or G minor or G minor 7 or G minor pentatonic sound. But as you heard in the beginning, when I have the drone ringing, you can really hear how the C minor 9th sound comes out. So, but anyway, from the beginning. And when you practice this, it's a good idea to get used to the sweep going into the first tap. So, and a very important part of that is not to do this, and then try to get really quickly to the tap note. Instead, as soon as you hit the E string here, you should start moving your right hand, because then you have plenty of time, even at a very fast tempo, because you have these two notes in between. So whoops. As you can see, it's, I don't have to be super rushed when I do this. So a good way to practice that, I like to sort of sequence my movements when I practice slowly. So you can try to get, as soon as you hit this note, you want to make sure that you have your tapping hand right by the fret you're going to tap. So If you're not used to this tapping stuff, it can be very helpful just to work on it on a single string. So just sit around like this when you watch TV. And what I focus on here, apart from being relaxed, is to get this pinky down at the same time as this finger. So I always have the next finger after the tap prepared. So. And that's the same when I go to the next string. I want to make sure that these two get down at the same time, because the rest of the fingers tend to fall into place. But if you're too late with this finger, it can be quite hard to get this smooth. So, and again, you can just do and then work on the last section as well. And don't forget to treat the tapping stuff as any other technique you work on. I made the mistake of not doing that and sort of just worked on separate licks, but I think my tapping technique suffered for it. So it's better for you to take a sequence like this and just move it up and down the fretboard and do it really slowly, even though it initially seems easier to do, you know, speed the tapping up compared to fast alternate picking, for example. But really give it the same attention, because as any technique, even though it's easier on the surface, when you really get down to it, you want to make sure you get a really firm foundation before you start trying to fly all over the neck. Another thing you can try is to take the whole sweep arpeggio and the scale and just work it up and down the fretboard. You just have to use your judgment on how far down you can go without hurting your hands. So let's say I start down at the E here, for example. Move up to F. F sharp and so on. And it really helps to visualize the pentatonic shape for the right hand here, so you know exactly where to tap, especially when you start moving up and down the fretboard. So give it a try and I think you'll be happy with the results. Alright, that's about it for this one. If you have any questions, just post them below. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed this one and see you in the next one.